He is known for being an ancient Greek sophist and philosopher. He is recognized for his itinerant practices and public exhibitions of his rhetorical skills. His name is Gorgias. In the bustling ancient city of Leontinoi in Sicily, a young boy named Gorgias grew up with a burning curiosity and a thirst for knowledge. His parents recognized his passion and encouraged him to pursue an education in the schools of philosophy and art. Gorgias eagerly absorbed the teachings of the great thinkers of his time, striving to expand his understanding of the world. As he delved deeper into his studies, Gorgias realized that he possessed a unique gift, the power of persuasion through rhetoric. Inspired by the sophists who traveled from city to city, he too became an itinerant, journeying to various cities and captivating audiences with his eloquence and quick wit. At the grand Pan-Hellenic centers of Olympia and Delphi, Gorgias mesmerized crowds with his displays of rhetorical prowess, charging fees for his instruction and performances. One particular aspect of Gorgias' exhibitions set him apart. He possessed the remarkable ability to engage with his audience, posing diverse questions and providing impromptu replies that left his spectators awestruck. This skill earned him widespread recognition and further cemented his reputation as a master of rhetoric. Gorgias' contributions extended beyond his captivating performances. He played a significant role in the diffusion of the Attic dialect as the language of literary prose, transplanting the art of rhetoric from his native Sicily to Attica. Though some have labeled him Gorgias the nihilist, the true nature of his philosophy remains a subject of debate among scholars. Centuries later, Gorgias' legacy continues to reverberate through the annals of philosophy. His itinerant life, his captivating displays, and his profound influence on the art of rhetoric have left an indelible mark on the intellectual landscape. Gorgias, the protagonist of his own story, forever resides in the realms of ancient wisdom and continues to inspire thinkers and learners in their quest for knowledge and understanding. Gorgias, the enigmatic Greek sophist of ancient times, remains a puzzle for modern scholars. While his counterparts like Protagoras and Hippias are somewhat understood, Gorgias' philosophy continues to elude definitive interpretation. The challenge lies not only in the scarcity of his surviving works but also in the elusive nature of his rhetoric, often shrouded in ambiguity and sarcasm. Gorgias' writings, heavily influenced by metaphor, simile, and puns, make it difficult to discern his true intentions. His treatise on rhetoric, as described by Aristotle, exhibits a pervasive irony, where seriousness is met with jests and jests with seriousness. This constant back and forth blurs the boundaries between genuine discourse and satire, leaving scholars uncertain about the sincerity of his statements. One label that has been attributed to Gorgias is that of the nihilist. Some scholars argue that his thesis on the non-existent undermines the existence of anything, including Gorgias' own endorsed beliefs. Nihilism, associated with pessimism and radical skepticism, rejects all values and denies the possibility of knowledge or communication. In his lost work on non-existence, Gorgias supposedly presented three arguments. Firstly, he claimed that nothing exists. Secondly, even if existence does exist, it is beyond human apprehension. And finally, even if existence is apprehensible, it cannot be effectively communicated or interpreted to others. However, many scholars in recent years have contested the label of nihilist for Gorgias. They argue that if his arguments were meant to support nihilism, they would paradoxically undermine themselves. The belief that all values are baseless and nothing can be known or communicated would render Gorgias' own arguments meaningless. As we grapple with understanding Gorgias' philosophy, we are reminded of the challenges he presents. His elusive rhetoric and ambiguous perspectives force us to question our own assumptions and interpretations. Perhaps Gorgias' legacy lies not in providing definitive answers but in encouraging us to critically examine the limitations of our knowledge and the complexities of existence itself. Gorgias, a renowned philosopher and teacher of rhetoric, was born in Leontinoi, a Chalcidian colony in eastern Sicily, around 483 BC. He hailed from a family of intellectuals, with a physician brother named Herodicus and a sister whose grandson dedicated a golden statue to Gorgias at Delphi. Although it is not known whether Gorgias married or had children, his influence and legacy extended far beyond his personal life. Gorgias' intellectual journey began under the tutelage of the Sicilian philosopher Empedocles of Acragas. However, little is known about the details of this formative period of his education. He may have also studied under the rhetoricians Chorix of Syracuse and Tisias, further honing his skills in the art of persuasive speech. Gorgias' rhetorical prowess and versatility in speaking on various subjects earned him admiration and fame among his contemporaries. In 427 BC, when Gorgias was around 60 years old, he was sent as the head of an embassy from Leontinoi to Athens, seeking protection against the aggression of the Syracusans. This diplomatic mission highlights Gorgias' involvement in politics, although his exact role in his native city-state remains unclear. After this episode, Gorgias settled in various city-states, including Athens and Larissa, continuing his teaching career and delivering powerful orations at Panhellenic festivals. Gorgias' influence extended beyond his students, which included the prominent orator Isocrates. Scholars believe that his unique style of rhetoric left an indelible mark on influential figures such as the historian Thucydides, the playwright Agathon, the doctor Hippocrates, the rhetorician Alcidamas, and the poet and commentator Lycophron. Gorgias' ability to captivate audiences and his contribution to the field of rhetoric earned him considerable wealth, allowing him to commission a gold statue of himself for a public temple. After delivering his Pythian oration, Gorgias achieved legendary status among the Greeks. In recognition of his oratory skills and wisdom, a solid gold statue was erected in his honor in the Temple of Apollo at Delphi. Gorgias lived to an impressive age of 108 years before passing away in Larissa, Thessaly, leaving behind a lasting legacy as one of the most influential philosophers and teachers of rhetoric in ancient Greece. Gorgias, the father of sophistry, was a revolutionary philosopher who introduced rhetorical innovations that would shape the art of persuasion. Through his writings, Gorgias aimed to showcase his ability to make absurd and paradoxical arguments appear stronger, using stylistic devices such as parody, artificial figuration, and theatricality. His works defended unpopular and even absurd positions, challenging traditional beliefs and norms. One of Gorgias' key ideas was the power of persuasive words. He argued that words have a force equivalent to that of the gods and can be as strong as physical force. In his famous work, The Encomium, Gorgias compared the effect of speech on the soul to the effect of drugs on the body. He believed that just as different drugs can evoke different reactions in the body, words can cause pain, joy, fear, or stir boldness in the audience. Gorgias believed in the totalizing power of language, showcasing how it can shape and manipulate our thoughts and emotions. Gorgias' writings were not just philosophical musings, they were intended to be performative. He approached each argument playfully, using his rhetorical skills to captivate his audience. Gorgias saw his style of argumentation as a form of poetics, minus the meter. He believed that his persuasive words could have a healing effect on the human psyche, bringing about control and power. Today, Gorgias' rhetorical innovations continue to hold relevance in our daily lives. We are constantly bombarded with persuasive language, whether it be through advertisements, political speeches, or social media. Understanding the power of words and the techniques used to manipulate them can help us navigate this sea of rhetoric. By being aware of the persuasive tactics employed, we can critically evaluate the arguments presented to us and make informed decisions. In a world where misinformation and manipulation are prevalent, Gorgias' philosophy reminds us to be vigilant and discerning. We must not blindly accept what we hear or read but rather question and analyze the underlying motives and techniques behind the rhetoric. Gorgias teaches us to be active participants in the exchange of ideas, to engage in thoughtful discourse, and to use language responsibly and ethically.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.